Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today I've got a weird video for you. Basically, this ad is going around YouTube, and it is without a doubt the most insane ad that I've ever seen for anything ever. So I figured that the best thing for me to do was to show everybody this ad and make everybody watch it with me because it's just that awful.
Warning. This short presentation reveals a controversial new female mind control technique and may be offensive to women, minors, and closed-minded men. Viewer discretion is advised.
Okay, I mean, right away, this is just such an insane way to start an ad. I like that it says it's a short presentation when the ad is literally 35 minutes long. That's just awesome. You could watch 2 episodes of like The Office or Community before this ad was over. That's insane. But female mind control? Sign me up.
Hi, I'm Mike.
Hi, Mike.
And until recently, I wasn't having any luck with this one girl who ghosted me. Then I discovered a weird but very easy trick that got her uncontrollably turned on by a message I sent. In fact, I've tried it on a lot of other women and it's always the same. I use it, they get turned on, and they start chasing me. It really works for me.
I'll just come right out and say this ad is a total scam. Throughout the video, they'll keep talking about this technique that Mike has used to get women. Spoiler alert, there is no technique. It's not a real thing at all.
What's even more amazing is that this trick even works on girls who've ghosted you. Girls who told you, let's just be friends. And there's zero chance of rejection.
Mike says that you can use this technique on girls that have ghosted you or girls that just wanted to be your friend. Isn't it just a little bit better to move on and respect their boundaries and not try to use mind control techniques on them? He also says that there's zero chance of rejection. And how could that be possible at all? Like, it's just not. It's not possible.
This is a trick that women sure as hell don't want you to know, which is why a few small groups of them are trying to have my presentation banned.
Mike keeps saying in the ad that they're trying to force his presentation off the internet and that women don't want you to know this trick. And like, if there really was a way to use mind control on women, yeah, I mean, that doesn't seem too unreasonable to not be promoting that on the internet.
Like this social justice loser who had the nerve to say this about this controversial seduction trick. In today's progressive society, it's a step back to give men this much power.
Also, it's funny that he says social justice loser. I think that's a pretty funny term, especially for somebody who just doesn't want to have mind control techniques be allowed.
Women turn us on uncontrollably just by being hot.
For Mike, women turn him on uncontrollably. Apparently that means that he can use mind control and it's okay.
And I've come to realize, after years and years of hopeless failures with women, that if you can't get a woman to chase you, you're not going to get laid. Best of all, when she chases you, you know she wants it. So if anything, you're the one who needs to give her consent. It's pretty awesome when you can turn the tables like this.
I really hate how much this ad caters to like incel culture. It's so disgusting. It really is like a stepping stool to making people who are impressionable who might see this ad think that all feminism is bad.
These are the people holding you back from the woman you want. Trust me, your natural desires are not wrong.
If your natural desires are to use mind control on women to get them to sleep with you, they are absolutely wrong.
The secret I'm about to reveal was discovered by a controversial doctor in Singapore, and the reason that some people are so pissed about it is that it uses a brand new and kind of strange psychological discovery to take over a woman's animal brain.
One of my absolute favorite things about this ad is how he talks about women's animal brains as if there's a separate human brain and an animal brain inside of everyone. That's just nuts. Like, that's so stupid.
The same part of the human brain that makes her lust for a man and get uncontrollably turned on. Because her animal brain is her raw, emotional cavewoman brain.
Damn, girl. Let me see that cavewoman brain. Fuck.
So, some of the "we're fine without men" feminists are now trying to claim that this trick is deceptive, manipulative, and can have serious effects on a woman's decision-making abilities.
The only reason that they include that part into this ad is because people who don't know any better see that and think, whoa, if they think it's so deceptive and manipulative, I gotta do that because I'm so lonely and such a loser that this is what it comes to and this is what I have to do.
And of course, these are the same women who have been trying to keep men down for the last 20 years.
Women are not trying to keep men down, and they haven't been for the last 20 years. That's ridiculous. Yeah, there might be women or anybody that's trying to keep people like the guy in this ad down because this is just a terrible, terrible thing to be promoting into the world.
But you know what I want to say to that? Makeup is manipulative.
Of course he has to say that makeup is manipulative because a person wearing makeup and taking control of someone's mind is definitely the exact same thing.
Fake boobs are deceptive.
The way he says boobs is pretty cool though.
So listen, if you're a perv or you're going to use this to cheat on a girl or you want to hurt women, then please don't keep watching right now. But if you're a good guy who just wants an advantage over every other guy who's hitting up the hotties, then I'm willing to share this trick with you.
He sets it up to cater to pervs or people who would cheat on a girl or hurt women the entire ad, but then he tells them, oh, if you're like that, don't watch, because he wants the people to watch this not to feel bad. He's trying to rationalize mind control.
I first learned about it after meeting my mentor, Dr. David T. He's a skinny little science geek who lives in Singapore. He's Asian, about 5'7", but when I saw what this man could do with women, and when I saw what women desperately wanted to do with this man, I knew I needed to learn his secret.
This is where he first brings up David T, Dr. David Tien. We'll talk about him a little bit more later.
The reason I sought David out is a little embarrassing. You see, the love of my life, a girl I treated like a damn princess and planned on marrying, she crushed my heart and made me look like a pathetic little chump.
Another great thing about this ad is the reason that Mike wanted to find Dr. David Tien. It's just great. It's a great story. Let's listen to it together.
My girl, Ashley, worked at Applebee's with me.
Applebee's.
And one night after we had closed, I walked in on her and my boss, Randy, getting it on like they were auditioning for a tube site.
Dude, Mike got cucked at Applebee's. I mean, imagine working at Applebee's with your significant other. During the same shift, they cheat on you with the boss. That's so stupid. That has probably never happened to anyone ever. No one is that dumb. Also, I feel like we should be taking advice from the boss, Randy. Like, man, he sounds pretty alpha, honestly.
When I first peered through the kitchen doors, I couldn't believe what I saw. He was bending her over a sink. It looked like something out of a movie. I had no idea she was that dirty. And what hurt the most is that before she first turned around and noticed me, I could tell she was really enjoying it. She was making noises she'd never made with me. When Ashley finally did turn around and saw me, she gasped. They both looked at me for a second, startled, until my boss finally yelled, "Bro, what are you looking at? Get the hell out of here."
Dude, I'm just banging your girlfriend. What are you doing? What are you looking at?
I remember mumbling, "Ashley," but all she had to say for herself was, "Mike, what the f***?"
Oh my god. There's no way that the relationship that he had with this Ashley girl was what he thought it was if they both act so shocked that he was standing there watching. What else are you supposed to do?
And then he went right back at pounding her, like I wasn't even there. I was crushed, and like the little wuss bag I was, I walked out of that kitchen with my head down, without saying another word.
Beta. Mike is a beta. Beta male. Loser.
Needless to say, Ashley and I were done.
Wait, why? Why were they done? I don't understand.
And as much as that moment stung like a punch to the gut, the worst part was being single.
How would being single be worse than that in any way at all? What? That makes no sense.
I didn't hook up with another girl for 2 years, 7 months, and 13 days after that awful night.
That's way too specific. That's so weird. He goes on to tell this sob story about how much of a loser he was before he met Dr. David.
I'd hit up dozens of women on Tinder, trying to get them to pay attention to me, but it always ended the same way. Either she'd ghost me, or she'd tell me, let's just be friends. But it got to a point where for about a year, I just gave up. I stopped trying. So here's what I did. I searched every corner of the internet for someone who could teach me how to make a woman want me without being a sucker and paying for it. And by the time I stumbled upon Dr. David's website, I was pretty desperate.
It's funny that in the ad itself, he says that he didn't want to be a sucker and pay for dating advice when this whole ad is for a $67 course. Like, what? I mean, what?
So I started emailing him, and he started giving me advice here and there. And 3 weeks later, David sent me an email announcing that he was holding an exclusive closed-door seminar in Hollywood. For the first time ever, he planned on unveiling a brand new seduction technique to 15 guys willing to shell out $5,000. So I said, screw it. Even though that's more money than I make in 4 months, I'll just put it on the credit card.
Again, he said he didn't want to be a sucker and pay for this, but then he pays $5,000 to Dr. David for this. Also, if Mike is telling the truth, Dr. David would have made $75,000 from this session. I must be in the wrong line of work. I should probably just start scamming people on the internet and telling them that I'm a dating advice expert person. I mean, that $75,000, I could tell people how to get women. Just be nice to them. $75,000, please.
When I got to Los Angeles, I was the first guy to arrive at Dr. David's bachelor pad, so I was lucky enough to get a little alone time with him.
Dang, a little alone time with Dr. David? Looks like Mike didn't need girls after all.
And he taught me a trick based on a brand new psychological discovery called emotional contagion. Have you ever yawned only to have every other person around you start to open their mouth and just let out a big yawn? That's because yawning is a trigger. It triggers a predictable response in other people, sleepiness and yawning back. Well, as David discovered, out there are other triggers, even more powerful than yawning. Emotional triggers that force women to develop intense feelings of arousal.
At part of this, they say that yawning is the same as being horny. When you yawn and it makes other people yawn, it's the same as if you're horny, as if, like, that's even a little bit comparable. It's not. In part of the ad, they show testimonials from a couple of people who have supposedly had success with this technique.
Balin G wrote in about this. Now, this is the ace up my sleeve for getting her turned on. It worked like a charm, and the technique alone has gotten me over 25 lays in the past 8 months.
25 lays? What does that even mean? Like chips? Lay's chips? Dr. David, I didn't really learn very much about getting women, but I sure did get a lot of chips.
The many flavors of Lay's chips. One taste and you're in love.
I'm 5'4" and 245 pounds, so I thought this technique wouldn't work for a guy like me. I was a virgin, and I thought I was too short and too fat. But now, I'm a believer. In my first month, I slept with 9 girls, including the girl I've had a crush on since high school. Thanks, David.
They're all fake, obviously. I mean, because this is stupid.
You'll learn David's sneaky but ethical method for blasting out of the friend zone and getting into the F zone.
Nothing about this would be ethical if it was real. Nothing about this at all is ethical. Girl, let's go to the F zone. This is so stupid.
So how did that feel? Was it creepy at all? How does it feel from your perspective?
Well, that was working. I felt like we were
Cool.
in our own little bubble.
Yeah, a bubble. Like then everything kind of fades away, so it's sort of like this whole
Yeah.
little our own world.
And I almost needed to go to the ladies.
Oh, okay. Well, we can take a break now.
Whatever Dr. David was doing, like, she needed to take a freaking dump. I want to make women take dumps. I feel bad for the girl in this ad because it's obviously scripted, and it's just really gross.
And because of the advanced psychological techniques in the program, we simply don't want this in the hands of guys who will use it to harm women. This system is only for guys who are serious about taking action and using it for good.
There is no way to use this for good. This is not something that you would use for good. The very purpose of it is not good. So why even say that? What good purpose could come from this? I don't understand.
For today only, the first 500 guys who take action will get David's entire desire system, filmed in state-of-the-art HD video and hosted online so you can start watching it right now for the one-time low price of only $67.
They don't close sales and there's not 500 spots.
And it all starts now, the instant you click the button below and complete your order. So let's do this. Now is the time to act and get girls chasing you.
Okay, so that ad was obviously pretty bad. I didn't like it. I hope you didn't like it. I skipped around a lot in it because a lot of it is the same, but we got the gist of it. So you're probably wondering, what do you actually get when you pay for it? And lucky for you, I can tell you. But I absolutely did not pay for it. No, absolutely not, because it is just re-uploaded on YouTube. Someone else just uploaded all onto YouTube for free. Also, it was re-uploaded in 2013, so I'm not really sure why this ad is running in 2020. Even in the ad, they make references to the pandemic, which is a very current event.
Even though we were both wearing face masks, she literally ignored all of the social distancing decals and just kept getting closer and closer.
Something about it is so weird. In all the lectures on YouTube, Dr. David looks much younger than he does right now. In one of the lectures, he even makes a reference to Twilight.
Twilight just came out a little while ago, the new one, the new Twilight. And the guy that women generally judge hotter is like skinny and pale in The Vampire. Like he's really like pasty skinny.
So obviously these are old, and I don't know why they're still trying to sell them right now. And in all the lectures, they're just like super awkward. Dr. David does not seem like a ladies' man in these lectures. He keeps awkwardly chuckling and making jokes that no one is laughing at.
Stop crying. Be a man. Be a man. Let's throw that in there. Okay.
There's like 3 dudes in his audience.
Nobody's perfect, especially if you're watching this.
The same girl that was in the ad is also in some of these lectures, and his interactions with her are so awkward as well.
Excuse me? Do you know where City Hall is?
Yeah, you just go straight and then you turn.
Actually, I already know where it is. I just wanted to come over to talk to you because I thought you were really cute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my name's David. What's your name?
I'm Shireen.
Hi, pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Hey, do you know where Orchard Towers is? I'm not going there, but my friend said to meet there. Do you know where it is?
Do I look like I
I've
know
never
where
been there.
Orchard Tower is?
Yeah. All right. Do you have anything to add to that?
No, not really.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
My biggest concern with this is that a young, impressionable person could get this ad and then think, I need to do that. But obviously they're young and impressionable, and so they probably can't pay for it. Or if they do, like, steal mom and dad's credit card and then go pay for it, they're gonna get scammed. But maybe they would be like, well, I'll just look up this Dr. David guy and see what else he has to say. And then they find him and then they see that he's pushing a bunch of red pill bullshit. This is the kind of rabbit hole that a person can fall into on the internet and then have their entire worldview warped and ruined for the rest of their life. So yeah, this ad is really funny because it's stupid, but you have to look at the fact that for some reason YouTube is allowing this to play on their site, and it could potentially really be harmful to young impressionable boys that see this. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I hope YouTube decides to take this down or something because it's kind of ridiculous. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Let me know that you want me to make more videos. I've been having a blast so far. If you want to check out my last video, it's about the Uncharted movie and how I feel like it's probably going to be terrible. If you have any ideas for what you'd like to see me make videos about, leave a comment. Hopefully in a week or two I'll have another video up for you guys. But until then, have a good one. Peace.
Nobody's perfect, especially if you're watching this.